What's up, everybody? Ross Quintana here, and today I'm up at Adobe headquarters, and we're in Lehigh, Utah, and I'm in a music room, and it's actually really cool. I shot a few videos in here, and I thought I would come over here because it made me think as I was looking at the guitars over here. You know, they've got some famous guitars on the wall from different people, and they've got some acoustics, and it made me think, you know, oh, let's not bang it. We got one here from Martin, which is actually a brand that I would play myself. I have a cool Martin. I've had a couple Martins. But what it made me think of, if you just listen to the guitar, you know, some people are Taylor people, some people are Martin people. Each guitar has its own sound. Like Taylors are cool. I think they're a good studio guitar. They have a really clean sound. But if you're playing acoustically in a room unamplified, I like the sound of a Martin a little bit better. But what I realized is, from a branding standpoint, this is the same thing. You know, this guitar rack over here, there's lots of choices people can pick. And there's going to be those little preferences that people have. There's, you know, if you're looking to get clients, you know, some people are very analytics driven. And if you aren't data driven and you come in and you're warm and fuzzy and your relationship first, you know, I've met people like that. And, you know, there's different types for everybody. And you have your choice. You can either adapt to that client or prospect. And even that has limits, right? Because there's a certain point that a client isn't the right client for you. You know, there's some people who just aren't going to like a Martin guitar, even though you do. Even though that, literally a guitar, this resonates, right? That's what this whole body is for. So that when you play something, it resonates out. Look, sometimes your brand is a sour note with somebody else. It just feels out of tune with them. And so today, I just want to talk about clients and finding the right clients. Not all clients are the right clients. A lot of times people think that because they're in a certain industry, like say that you do, you know, social media management, okay, then you think everybody with a social media account is your potential client, but that's not actually true. They could be your potential client, but until you talk to them, you won't realize if it's a good fit or not. And the fact is, there's a lot of clients you won't want, and there's a lot of clients that won't want you. And sometimes those are the same thing. Sometimes you meet the person, they don't like you, you don't like them, and instantly you realize, hey, yes, could I perform that service for you? Sure, and would you get some value? But you don't want to work together. Other times it's a one-way relationship, and you want to work with them, but they don't really like you, so you didn't get you didn't get the client. Maybe they were interviewing other people and they decided to go with somebody else. Other times it's the other way around. They want you, maybe they don't have budget. You don't want them because they don't have budget, or you don't want them because they're a little too high strung. You know, I've found that the 80-20 rule works really good with clients. Normally you'd think, oh, the 20% of your clients make 80% of your revenue. But I look at it from a stress and a time input situation. 20% of your clients also use up 80% of your time. And if it's at the same revenue, that creates a problem because they're more of a liability of a client because they're using up more of your resources for the same pay, which is ultimately then less net. Now, the other thing is sometimes 20% of your clients create 80% of your stress. And so that's when and this is a lesson a lot of people have to learn, but some people don't realize that if you actually let a client go, if you fire them, and you can certainly do it in a nice way, that energy and time that you free up, whether they're stressing you out or whether they're asking for too much time commitment and they're not paying you for it, that can be reinvested into a more premium client. So my message for today would be, for the most part, almost across the board, most people should be looking for their premium clients. Yes, you have to generate revenue and keep the lights on. But in that case, you're looking for a client upgrade. But you should always be clear and have clarity on what your premium client is. Who's the client who appreciates you, doesn't cause too much stress, pays you the appropriate amount of money for the amount of time and energy that they need? Those are all things that have to be measured. And a lot of that you can find out before you get in business with them. You can get a sense of how they're going to be. There's people in the, I'm submitting a proposal to them, but the words they use, how they reply to that, I'm determining whether I'm going to retract that proposal, whether I'm going to increase my price. If someone wants more time, and I'm going to have to say, I can see that you want to talk to me, every day and report on stuff. And I have another client who wants to talk to me once a month and hear the results that we've gotten. Well, then I have to up that price. Or if I see somebody, I don't generally take non-premium clients. If a client is non-premium, I find out right away, and we'll either not do business or we'll do business for 1 month or for one pay period or whatever. And then, I just know my life is happier to move on with others, because that time and that energy that they take, it could be reinvested, and it's probably worth more in another market. And that's the big takeaway of today. Your time, your stress, right, which is your energy, when they deplete that and it splashes out to all your other clients and it stresses you out and you're unhappy and that affects your work for other clients, at the end of the day, you need to defend that. And you need to know that, wow, I'm losing, $5,000 there, but I'm regaining $10,000 or $8,000 worth of potential value in a better client, in a less stressful situation where I'm more productive. Maybe I can take on 2 clients instead of dealing with that one client. Those are things that you have to consider as a freelancer and an entrepreneur. So it goes for customers, it goes for clients, it goes for work environments, it goes for relationships, it works for everything. You have to think about the outputs and the cost and the repurchase value of taking away from one thing and giving it to others. That's my message for the day. I'd love to hear what you guys think. What were some investments that you cut off? Could be a relationship, a work relationship, a client. You don't have to name names if you don't want. But have you cut off those type of bad investments and found that was more profitable for you? Leave it in the comments and let me know. And don't forget to share and like. And then I hope you have an amazing day.